Hi, everyone, and welcome to our live. So it's been a while, and we've not come live, but today is going to be another day for us to have a lot of things going on. So today we're going to be talking about how to sell more. So this is one of the biggest topics that have been going around. Even lots of other persons have tried to, you know, talk about this topic and whatnot. So, but from our own perspective, I ran a survey, I think this week, and the survey really showed me that most persons that filled it had similar problems, and the ones that don't have similar problems is slightly different, but not far from everybody's problem. So the first thing that we're going to be looking into is the similarities of this problem, and we're going to try as much as possible to stay under 30 minutes, though we'll be accepting questions and answer, and I have even a strategy at the end of the webinar. So sit tight and let's see how that goes. So the first thing is identifying the problem, right? So there are many problems when it comes to getting more sales, but one of the problems that stands out is no leads. So I'm also going to share you the problems I actually saw during the course of doing the whole life and everything. So one of the problem is no leads, and majority of, let's say, most of the persons that we have worked with usually say, I don't have leads, my leads are slow, and so many other things that have little issues. So the next thing is more like wrong ads, right? Okay, so as I was saying, we have wrong ads. So okay, so if you couldn't hear me, sorry for that breaking transmission. So, for wrong ads, one of the things that we have to do is to fix our ads. We're going to talk about every one of these things. Then, the other thing is bad landing pages. Bad landing pages also affect your sales, bad leads, bad follow up. There are a lot of bad things, but we're going to talk about not just the bad things, but the opposite of these things. So, as we have looked into the problem, and if you don't understand anything at what point, you can also leave a comment in the chat. I'm going to answer your question. So the second thing is, okay, my sound keeps cutting off. If it cuts off again, let me know. So, but let me know if you guys can hear me very well, so before I continue. Thanks Faith for that info. So if you can hear me very well, let me know before I continue. Okay, so the next thing is the problem that I actually noticed during the survey that we did. So one of the things I noticed was no offer, right? Most of them, okay, okay. So I'm gonna try to, maybe probably that's from network side. But I'm going to try to make sure the mic and everything is working properly. Okay, so looking at the problems here, during the time I ran the ads, I actually noticed that one of the problems they were having is, what sales issues do you currently have? One, they're saying traffic. Some other persons are saying getting customers. Some persons are saying more sales. But if you look at it deep down, I believe you guys can see my screen. Let me turn my face off so you can see the other part of it. You can see that one of the most recurring problem here is sales, right? Most persons are not having sales, or they are not getting lead generation, or one of these two things. But as we all know, the core of this is getting sales. So looking at the first thing, which is understanding customer buyer's journey. So without knowing where your sales is, knowing where your business or your next customers is coming from, you need to understand your buyer's journey. So I am using an example with Precious. So now I'm assuming Precious has two business. One of the business is a clothing business, and one of the other business is a service-based business. So now the reason why I split this into two is because of one is serving normal service-based business and the other is serving a normal business. So now for those that is into the clothing business, let's take for example now. First, how does the customer find you? Through discovery, social media, or whatnot. Then the next flow is consideration. They consider whether they are to buy from you or whether to, okay, is this business right for me? They hover around your business and whatnot. And then the purchase. So you can see some persons that will buy from you say, "Oh, I've been checking your business for like 6 months or 3 months or 1 month, depending on how long the person has been on your business," right? Then you can, once the person has purchased, you ask for a review, right? Then post sales. A lot of business also fail on this, which is after the person has bought from you, right, you don't follow up. There's nothing like, okay, help refer, or birthday wishes and some other things. There are lots of things that you can do even after selling, sorry, so that these persons can always come back to you. So for persons that are into service based, right, that they need lead generation, because these guys here need sales to sell the products. These ones need to get leads to sell a service. So now it's almost same thing: discovery, consideration, getting discovered. Because once they get a client who is hovering around the business, you have to put them on a call. Because sometimes some services you need to just explain to the client, even if the client understands what you want to do. Then, if the call is good, they make payments. Then you ask them to leave your review, and you also know what this other one means. So now, the next thing, which is one of the most important thing, which is no traffic. So now this is one of the big problems that we had here, where most persons were saying no traffic. How do we solve that? So now let's look into the e-commerce business, right? So the first thing is, if you're having no leads, I used to tell many businesses is traffic, leads, whatever you want to call it. If nobody is coming to you, there is no guarantee that you would have sales. Let's take for example now you have a physical store and nobody is passing that the front of your store. Are you going to get sales? No, it's a simple math. So now, if you can't get people to see you, if you can't get people to know you exist, you would not sell. And if you can get them to, see you, then that is one step into getting your sales, because there are other processes to get them, right? So now, how do you make businesses find or see you? So number one is social media. We all know about this. So social media now is, getting way more advanced and everything. And now most businesses are, on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 platforms. But for a starter, I always advise max three if you can control it. So the next thing is influencer or UGC. So this is especially for people that are selling products. That's why I'm using a cloth business. Okay, the sound quality isn't good. Um, Trying to see what I can do about that. Okay. Okay. So the sound quality isn't good. I'm trying to see if I can improve it. Just give me. I'm hoping everyone can hear me now. I'm just hoping you can hear me. So, Fate, is the quality of my sound still bad? Let me know. So, um, if the quality of my sound is still bad, let me know. Okay, so I'm going to continue so we don't stay behind. And if it's still not good, I'm going to fix it. So now we are currently in getting without getting leads, right? So now, if you're not getting leads, the next place to try to get leads, I was talking about user generated content. So now, for user generated content, it's still cutting off. Apart from Faith, is there any other person that can hear me so that I know if this is coming from me or I'm coming? Few seconds, let me try to see. Let me fix this sound issue because if you guys can't hear me, that is good. That's a big problem. Okay, I'm trying to see. Okay, I'm audible. Okay, thank you very much because I'm trying to see if the problem is coming from my own part or some other part. I'm also trying to see if I I'm trying to check on my other phone because if the sound isn't good, that is not going to be nice. You get to just give me few seconds. Let me cool cut create. Okay, view channel live. Okay, for my own side here, it is I can hear very well. So, okay, Faith, try to work on your mic or your headset to see because I can hear myself pretty very well. So, I'm sorry for any inconveniences in between. So, let's continue. So now I was on UGC. So now to get leads, you can use user generated content. So now to use user generated content mean using an influencer or someone that has bought the product before to create content for you, right? So this is for e-commerce business. This is one of the best way to get your ads out there. So, and if you can't do this or you don't have money for this, you can also try marketplace. Marketplace is the likes of their Jumia, Gigi, and the rest. So if you can't, these are places where there are eyeballs, but each and every one of these places has is pros and cons, right? But this is where people can find as a social media or someone selling a product. So now you can, and I know most of you know all this, but there are some things that you probably might not have come across. So we have search. So yes, your product is if you are selling on a website, because even when I check this survey, a lot of persons are selling directly from social media, which there is a problem here, right? So we're going to get into that. Then some persons search products. So take for example, now if you search a product now on let's say Google, right? You can see Jumia, you can see other product, but you need to work on your search engine optimization. Even now, many persons are now getting their site optimized on ChatGPT and the rest. But if your business is not a big, it doesn't. Your business doesn't have to be big, but you have to put in the work. And I think this is one of the other topics I'm going to work on. Then email marketing, most persons are not familiar with it, especially here in Nigeria, but email marketing works, meaning you get people to join your email list and you sell to them, especially if they are interested in something, right? Then you have referrals. Most persons heavily work on referrals. Like once a customer buy from you, once you get one, you can tell that customer to refer someone else and the customer gets a particular thing. Most business, especially when we come to the service-based business, rely heavily on referrals, but you can go more than that. So physical location, yes, if you don't want to sell online, you can also have a physical location, and you can use online to drive people to your physical location. A lot of shops are actually doing that. So now let's look into the service base. So one thing with service based business, how did they get traffic? They get traffic by, you know, when people search a problem. So now this is a solar business. Imagine you wrote an article or you have a YouTube, because YouTube is under search as well, right? You have a topic saying how to lower electricity bill using solar. That is a topic most people are looking for. One thing with social media or search or Google search or whatever form of search, because even now social media is working on search. If you go to Instagram right now and search a keyword, you would see that things are coming up based on what people are putting in their caption, what people are saying. So we've gone past whether Facebook or Instagram is listening to us. They're definitely listening to us. So now, how do you use that as an advantage? All you can do is make sure that whenever you are talking, whenever you are speaking, whenever you are talking, okay, Faith, thanks for the feedback. Whenever you are talking, wherever you are doing, Facebook is getting the information. So as much as possible, use that to your advantage. They already have the tools. So if you are selling through, if you are doing search engine optimization, meaning you are writing blogs and you are optimizing your site very well, people will find you through your contents. Search it, look for problems. Like for example, like the way I said, an example, how to lower electricity bill. Look for what people are looking for. There are many tools out there, right, that can help you. And I'm going to talk about more of the tools you get. Then social media, YouTube, and the rest. Then you have lead magnets. Take for example, now you are into the solar space. You can say five. I don't know so much about solar, right? But you can say, okay, 5 ways to reduce light bill, a checklist. The person can download. Anybody that downloads that checklist, meaning that person is interested. You can may not use a checklist, you may not use a template, you may use a quiz. Like take for example now, do you need a solar panel right now? Take this quiz. Once the person fills this quiz, at the end of the day, when the person gets a higher score, let's say the quiz is set in a way that at the end of the day, when the person gets a higher score, this person is a qualified leads, right? Then the person comes in to your lead funnel and the rest. So you can use Google Review or Google My Business. Most persons, especially physical business, ignore this thing. Google My Business. It is very, very important. So one way to rank is Google My Business. Take for example now, if I search something like solar inverter near me. So now, if I search that, you can see on my screen here that I see business like Echo Inverter. Most business don't use Google My Business, and Google My Business is a very, very, very important strategy in your sales funnel and everything. Is very, very important, especially for stores that have physical location. Then physical store, this is how you bring leads in front. Then educational content, if you have educational content that your note, most everybody are posting a lot of educational content, so you have to post things that are valuable, things that people are searching. And even if you've posted something, let's say this week, and let's say 3 months down the line you feel like it's not irrelevant, it's still irrelevant, you can repost it, restructure it, because your idea or the idea you have is much much better than when last you posted. So you can reuse some materials that you've already pushed out there. Then we have referrals. Yes, most lead generation business rely heavily on referrals. So now the next thing or the next problem is wrong ads. So now looking at this, if you're looking at this, this is more like a funnel, right? Let me explain it in a way you would understand. So now, first is someone would have to, see you. And how would he see you? Through ads, right? And when he gets to see you through ads, he gets to go to a landing page. And when the person goes to a landing page, if there is a bad traffic, you get the wrong persons. If there's a good traffic, you get the right persons. Then once you get the right persons, some persons may not pay immediately. You have to follow up. Then when you follow up and the person pays, you have to fulfill. If they don't fulfill, you would not get that person back again. If you don't fulfill the person's job, you see that this is almost like a funnel. So now let's get back to the second one, meaning wrong ads. So wrong ads usually is one of the most, or the first thing, putting yourself out there. Now we understand that we need traffic. So now why do, or most people, because I think one of the question someone asked here was, my ads are not working. I think if you can see it here, one person said no leads, no engagement, meaning they've probably been running ads, but like him here, getting result from sales and ads basically. So now ads on its own, it's another problem, right? So what can you do to have better ads? One is the right ads platform. So many of us may not have funds to run ads on Google because of Google may be charging us in dollars. That is a thing, right? And Google may be right, but it's expensive one way or the other. But if you're outside the country, it's good. Then we have TikTok. TikTok is not bad as well. TikTok ads work. And you may ask yourself, do I have to run ads all the time? Well, if you're not good at doing organic content, organic means if you're not good at creating content that drives traffic, you don't have any business stressing yourself, run ads. And I think where the mistake comes in is most persons will be like, I don't need to run ads. I don't want to waste money on ads. I've wasted money. It's better you learn how to optimize your ads than just saying you don't want to run ads at all and relying on putting organic content that has not worked for you for the past 5 years. You get the logic. Organic content works, but you see it's not working for you. Run ads. Ads is one of the fastest way to know if something is working for you or not. So now, when you now run that ads, you would now determine, okay, this is what's working, this is not working. And how do you run ads? Okay, how do you budget for ads? One of the simple way you budget for ads, because I think where this problem with ads comes in is the finance, right? Take for example now, when a client comes to us, immediately the client pays, we remove money from ads. Because if we don't remove money from ads, we cannot run ads for, yes, there will be a separate ads budget. But if you don't remove money from what your client pay you for ads, you would feel ads is looking like a big thing, especially service providers. Once a client pay you, remove your next ads money. You get. So now, before I come back to this footnote, there's a footnote I forgot about here. So understand how long it takes to convert. When you are trying to get leads, right? You need to understand how long one particular lead takes to convert. Let me use myself as an example. If we run ads today, I can bet you that client may not convert today. I understand my business. That client wouldn't convert today, but that client would convert, let's say, in the next 1 to 2 months. So I know that if I don't run ads this month, I will not get clients in the next month because they won't convert immediately, right? And don't forget, you can leave your questions in the chat. So now another thing again is cost per ad. So take for example now, if you put in, let's say, 100K into your ads, right? And you are trying to get a 800K client, you see that your mass is not massing in a way. So, but sometimes 800, I've used 50K to run ads sometimes, and I've gotten a client what's more. You get me? So, but that client has to go through a particular process, and it's because of I have done other things to make sure that 50K is worth it. That is what I'm going to come to ads. So now the best selling product or services, double down, and okay, yes, double down on these two. Very important. Lastly, understand your customers, know where they visit, know where their pain point is. Your business it may take a while, right? It may not take immediately. I envy those ones who know what they are doing in the right, they know their audience, They don't, how do I call, they don't play around. They know who they are targeting and they go for it. I envy those guys. But if you are someone that may not know exactly who your target audience is at the beginning, it's not a problem, right? Some of us, it takes time. So first of all, do things. Maybe you have two services and you don't know which product is. Let's say, like, let's use clothes. You have baby clothes or maybe a jeans and a shirt. You run those ads. You don't know which one may click, right? For example, now the inverter. People may be interested in solar or interested in the battery, or instead interested in this solar installation. But you may not know until when you run ads and see like, oh, people like three persons have requested for installations. So now you double down on that installation. So now when you double down on that installation, then those guys may now come in for, oh, I want to now get a new battery, I want to get a new thing, I want to get, you get. So let me remove this so that you can see what's there. So that is one. I'm gonna, don't worry, I'm gonna share this at the end of um the class so that you can get it as well. So now let's go back to ads. So now the first thing in order to run a high quality ads is, first, like I said, know the platform you want to run. I like Meta, but this is why you choose Meta. People are always on Meta, means Facebook and Instagram, just in case you're asking. People are always on Instagram. They are always searching, but they are not ready buyers. Put that in mind. They are not ready buyers. So now there are people that for example, like me and you just be browsing and we just see an ad like, oh, okay, this interests me. Or maybe I've talked about I want to brush my I want to brush my teeth, right? And I see an ad of either toothpaste or toothbrush, meaning there was an interest somewhere coming, right? So that's why you need to know exactly who your audience is or have an idea of your target market. If you don't know your target audience or precise audience, just know the market you are going in. When I mean market, you're selling clothes, but you don't know whether it is baby clothes or parent clothes you want to sell, but you have both. And you can send it to the clothes market and the ads, because they're using AI now, and they get the whole thing directly to you. Then your clear offer, very important. Then your visuals is what you use. So now I ran ads for this program with two videos. I used a picture which only got me few persons that came in, right? And I ran ads with a video. This video did more wonders, like, when I mean, got more reach, got more persons to the group than this picture. So now, when you run ads, you don't just run ads like just one picture. Even if your budget is 10,000 naira, say, oh, I don't have money at all, I want to just do a 10K ads. Even if your budget is 10,000 naira, look for 3 to 4 videos. In fact, 3 videos, one picture. The reason why I'm saying this is when the person sees first video or first picture, the person may not feel interested. But if he sees a video, there are some businesses that sell more with video than pictures. Test. When it comes to running your business, there's one keyword you would always have to use: test. Will you be touching the relevance of, also, what's your take on interest? Okay, okay. So I'm going to attend to the questions one after the other once I'm done with the particular section. So now, the next thing is clear offer, meaning you have to be clear. So for this video, you could understand that when you saw the ads, I was talking about get your sales, how to run ads and get more sales. It was very direct, and I kind of knew who I was targeting. You get. Then your strong call to action. Call to action you can test. Either learn more, um, book now, whatever your call to action is. Then educational or solution based creative. So now when you're creating your ads, you can use creatives that are educational. So running ads has its funnel. So when I get to the last place that has a strategy, you understand where I'm coming from. So you need to have a strategy on of running several ads to catch that particular person, right? Then direct link to product. Many businesses fail this. So take for example, now you are selling a shirt. Let's say Precious is selling a baby shirt, and she ran ads to let's say she ran ads to a homepage. Why are you running ads to your homepage? Why are you not running ads to the baby clothes because this person wants to see the baby clothes. So you've lost the customer there. Or you're running a lead ads on, okay, um, come and buy my solar equipment, and you're running ads to your homepage or your about page. The person coming from Instagram, Facebook, or whatnot is not concerned about your what do they call it? It's not concerned about your about us, it's concerned about what they saw, right? So you don't lose that person. And people now, we have long span of attention these days, including me. So we have to make sure everybody is being dragged accordingly. Like, okay, you saw it on Instagram, go straight to my website, book, bam, call the person immediately. You get, or let the person purchase the product. Then contact info. This is for leads generation, right? So if you are running a leads generation ads, it's very important to get information. So now let's look at ads manager. Most persons, when they are running ads, they run ads from their Instagram by boosting. I'm going to tell you, till date, that is going to be the wrong form of running ads. Yes, a lot of persons have gotten results from it. I don't dispute the facts, but especially when you are a service-based business, running ads from your ads manager is way more. You can do more, you can target more and do a lot. For boosting can help you. Boosting just helps you sell on social media, right? Especially those of you that are selling on social media. And if you keep boosting and you're not having sales, why not try something else? Why not try using this? With this, you have more options to target. Let me show you what I mean. Say for example, now I click on ads, right? So we are still currently on ads, and as much as possible, I'm going to be quick. So you have an option to do awareness, traffic, engagement, leads, app, and sales, right? And whenever you choose any of these, say I choose one of these, I choose this. Don't worry, along the line or in my YouTube channel, we have videos on how to, run ads. Then you have this. Then if I come down to, okay, let me just select conversion, any form of conversion, and let me come down here. So now, say for example, now I want to do a very good targeting. You can do a lot. So say I come down here, even down to the location, my location, say I want to target Nigeria, right? I can target even down to someone in my backyard. I can target. In your boosting, you would not see this functionality. You won't come close to this, right? So that's why when I tell people boosting ads from Instagram isn't bad, but you are losing money, you're putting money on the table, you are restricting yourself. You get me? Then when it comes to audience, you have more audience targeting option. Take for example, now if I click here and I said, okay, down to browse. So if I click here, you see that you have demographic. You can choose based on education. If you are selling cake, you can choose people that they have birthday next month, or choose friends of people that have birthday next month, just in case their spouse or someone wants to give them a birthday gift. So this is not an ads video or a tutorial. It's just to tell you that you can do more with Facebook advanced ads than boosting your ads from Instagram. Same thing with YouTube and Google Ads is advanced. TikTok too. TikTok has its own ads stuff you get. So the cocoa of the main thing, I have to use that word, sorry, is for products. The goal is to inspire people. If you're selling a product, inspire people, click and convert. Meaning people see your product, people like your product, they click on the link, they convert. Straight up. That is for products. But when it comes to lead generation, right, the goal is to educate, inspire if you want, build trust. Because leads is like you're selling services, right? You are selling a service. You need people to trust you that, okay, you are the right guy for the job, right? You have to build trust, and you have to now capture leads. If you don't capture leads, there is no way you can sell. It's not magic. You don't have people in your leads. I don't know how, I can't over emphasize on that. You get. So the next thing that we're going to be talking about is bad landing page. I'm not going to dive too much on this because it's a problem in its own. So take for example, now we've passed through running ads. You run, let's take example now, the ads you ran, It's good, it's nice. You use the best video, you use the best everything. Then you know your target audience, you understand everything, and now you are sending them to a landing page. A landing page is where your users will land after they see your ads, right? So now, when they land on your landing page, what is your landing page? Is it a website? Is it social media? When I saw this list here and I saw lots of social media, most people's landing pages are social media, and it's going to be very hard for you to sell. See, it's not bad when you are starting up to sell on social media. Many of us do. Social media is a channel to get leads. If, for example, now let me give you a flow, right? Let's say I'm selling clothes, like Precious is selling clothes, which we are using as our case study. She's doing a Christmas sale. We are in Christmas already, and she wants people to buy lots of clothes this Xmas, and she wants to sell more. And she has 20 orders, and she has one person managing a social media handle. When someone comes to the message place, you ask for price, ask for this. How can, let's say you are having 50 leads per day, there is no way you can handle those persons at once. Some persons are trying, right? Social media is not bad. Social media can be like, oh, nice, this is the link to our website. And note, you don't have to use a custom website. Like I used to sing this thing. We here, we build websites, right? I've not introduced myself, but we build websites. But I'll tell you that you can have free platforms to build your website. Even we want people that even if you come to us and say you want to build your website, we will like, okay, are you ready? Do you have the funds? Because our services, it's a service, it's premium, you get. So you can use, there are many free platforms that you can sell that will not cost you a dime. So the problem is not you having a website, the problem is knowing how to sell with a website. I think that will be another topic for another day. How to sell with your website, because when the people land on social media, think for example you have 100 sales, 100 sales going to your website. The only time your website will have problem is if there's high traffic, and that should be you are doing 100 or 1,000 sales per minute. And praise God for that kind of problem, that kind of problem you have, and you thank God for it, right? So if your landing page is your social media and you are servicing these people one after the other, it's a problem. So that is why most persons would always have sales issues, right? Because they don't have a place where people would see the product, see what they want, buy. No argument, nothing, nothing. There's price, there's everything. I don't know if you get me. So you don't have to spend money to build a website. There's a video I made in my channel, likes of Flutterwave, the likes of there's only a lady that got up to 2M. I'm not capping. If you check I'm forgetting this platform. It's in one of my video in my channel. You would see that not she, the platform can help you put up your e-commerce and every other thing straight up. So now the only people that slightly may need a website in a way custom is people that collect leads, like leads generation. And sometimes if you know what you are doing in a way, you can actually use a booking form. Meaning, take for example now, the person lands on your social media, and instead of you collecting booking in your app, you can tell them, go to, we've talked, and okay, book a time, book a date. You get, service-based business may not have that high inflow like that. The only time you need high inflow is probably when you are running ads, meaning a landing page where those people, where the people would see your product or services, right? So as much as possible, the website is very important, even if it's a free one. You can create a free website now with there are free platforms where you can even, for lead generation. Say, I think Seller has a website thingy like that, right? It does not have to be in the beginning. If you don't have much funds, you can use. I'm the one telling you, yes, I offer services like that, but in the beginning, you don't have that much funds. You have to secure clients. When your clients are now much and you cannot afford a service of a premium site, then you can come to someone like us. Okay, now I want to build a premium site, right? And you get. But in the beginning, the website is very important. You get me? Like for example, now the way most of the persons I got leads, they saw everything I wanted to talk about and they filled in the information, and you get. So going back to landing page, I've almost everything I've said or narrated is here. On your landing page, it has to have multiple images. If you have clothes, the clothes has to be crisp, nice, clean. Imagine you are selling clothes and the clothes on your site is blur or something. It's crazy. Most sites have that issue. Simple explainer video. If you are doing leads, you have an explainer video that is there. If you can do scarcity, oh, in the next 10 minutes this offer will expire. Jumia does it a lot. Service-based people too, this template to expire, they do it a lot. Straightforward pricing. See, people need, I know, yes, services like us, we will tell you book a consultation, right? Sometimes what me I do is I'll tell you the minimum. The minimum for this fee is $1,000 or is $10,000, is 5,000, 500. So now if your money is not even up to that and you don't even know how much my service costs, you may be in, most Nigerians usually need to know the price. Sometimes it's good, right? And sometimes we need to know the customers. But if you're selling product, there is no business of you hiding your pricing. You don't have business hiding your price. Because a lot of us may budget like, oh, this girl is selling this thing at 10. That's why you think there's a feature of wait wish list or save or add to cart or something. That is because people may not have the purchasing power immediately, but they might want to buy later. So let me don't delve too much on this. So we have trust. Make sure you have trust, meaning people have bought from you. See, if you don't have people say, okay, oh, I don't have people that have service my go and fix. If you're in solar, like I'm using as precious, go and fix solar for even if it's one person, it may be not for free. The person might, you see people that have people discount that thing for that person because that one person's leads, trust me, can get, see, when that person do a review for you, you will bombard, you will use that video to get as many, you will milk a hand, let me use that right, you will milk out that video you get. So having leads or trust, I don't think most people should not have this as a problem. You have family members that is part of your problems, right? Solve that problem for that person, maybe at a discount or something, right? Then use that to get more. Like, oh, I've done this. Because most people in Nigeria now, because of the whole scam and everything, they need people who have done things. Like, oh, I have done things, and when they see this, that oh, this person can do it, has done it, and they kind of know the person that they did it for. Somehow they would go for you because the rest of the people are saying, oh, I can do this for you, when they are not seeing that you've done this for someone else before. You get the logic. We all are buying things from people, so put yourself in that shoe. So navigation, this is website thingy. So mobile optimized, most people are buying on mobile, so as much as you can, try to make sure your website is mobile optimized. Then social proof is almost the same thing as trust. If you are collecting leads, even when you're collecting, if you are doing there's what we call, you're collecting leads from your form, always make sure you collect information. Information is power. Data is power. Facebook, all these platforms, they're using it, they have data points on you. So you too, as a business owner, information is power. I can't say much than that. Then when the person buys or the person purchase from you, they need to be a clear next step. What does this person need to do? Ah, I've purchased for you, delivery is in 2 days, or even before the person purchase, delivery is in 4 days. If it's a service-based business, once you fill in this information, they're going to book you on a call, something like that. Very, very important, very important. So before I continue, let me read one of the comments, which is, will you be touching the relevance of Andromeda? I've heard of this, right, in ads, and your own interpretation of it. Also, what's your take on interest targeting, especially in service-based organization and high products? So interest-based targeting is very, very important. That Andromeda thing, I'm going to get back to you on it. I've heard of it, but why I didn't put more focus on it is it's probably another how do I call it, buzzwords, right? So we would check it online and you would see what it means. But when it comes to interest-based targeting, it is very important. So take for example now, someone is interested. Let me use solar, right? Some, okay, yeah, some business, you may not get them on interest directly per se. Let's say clothes. Let's use the clothing fashion as an example now. someone is into clothing and someone have been interested in buying things, you know, frequently. When you're running ads, you don't have any business not looking for what that person is interested in. So let me explain what that means. This is a very important question. Let me go back to where that thing is here. So now this is what interest-based targeting is. So this is interest. So now you can see people are interested in agriculture, business industry, fitness. If you are running ads, right? Another thing you have to be very careful is, for example, now you're a fitness brand and you are targeting people in bodybuilding. There is a high tendency you may target people in the same business that you are doing. When I was running skincare ads that year, a lot of skincare business target the same skincare business. You get me? So now you can look for other things, right, that are synonymous to that thing that you are trying to target or that person you are trying to target. So now let's use someone that is into solar. Oh, I need to fix my light. The person may not directly need, or you may not find an interest directly that may support that person. But if you look deep down, the person may be into savings, like they want to save energy, they want to save this, save that. Your video, right, could be one key thing that would help you narrow your interest. That's the first thing they see. Like, oh, hi, are you having solar problem, or you want to reduce, whether you are targeting someone that is selling products. So for someone that's in solar now, you're not targeting interest as per someone that have searched on things about solar. You're targeting interest based on business people. Let's use business people as an example. So now you're going to you can categorize your interest into three people: household, business. Let's go for the business. People that use lights frequently, businesses. Oh, hey guys, I know, start with the problem. Are you always is NEPA always taking lights or whatnot? With solar you can reduce this with a particular cost, a particular this, what, how to do your offer. You see that my interest is not targeting solar people. My interest is targeting business people, because I know that business people need solar. You get where it's going to now. Same thing for clothes. You can, instead of interest, or people that are interested in clothes, you can target parents with toddlers. It is here. If you go down to experts, you can target family friends or something. You do your research, right? You may not target them directly, like say interest. You get, so you, that's why it's good to know your audience, right? And then sometimes you can just target the whole. If you are testing, right, to know, okay, maybe if this is going to work, you can even target the whole market, right? So I hope I answered that. Take your interest targeting service base. What's your take on interest targeting and spelling service base? So in service base, interest is more about understanding who you are, who your customer is, what they are looking for, and their pain points. Take for example, now we built a an app for an NGO, right? I can target NGOs because that is the people I need, right? Because I've done something in the NGO space. So my client base is not, I'm not looking for people that are searching websites, because if I do that, I'm going to be targeting my website guys before. Yes, it's a good keyword, but I'm not targeting the real people or app development. You get, I'll target people probably in NGO, right? Because I know that those persons have done something for them. So now when you are doing interest based targeting, you have to target the needs, the problem, the people, your target audience, rather than a particular generic interest. You get, then product, same thing, like I explained with the clothes. And I hope I answered your question, Ghostbusters. So the next thing that we're going to be talking about, and I said it's going to be 30 minutes. We're already running 15 minutes on this. So bad traffic. So yes, this is one problem people had. You are running leads. I've been shouting leads at the end of the day. You get leads, but what if the leads is bad? What do you do? So that is why you have to put things in place. Your targeting has to be right. And even if it's wrong, you have to test. So the first thing is fix the first two. If you can fix, first of all, you need to know. That's why you don't have. Well, I'm a little bit going back and forth a little bit because first, the problem is start from your ads. If your ads you check and people are actually going to your landing page, right, and there is no problem, you get, probably the problem will coming from your ads. But if your ads is done right, there's sometimes you have these gut feelings, and not gut feelings. You check your analytics, people are entering there, and when you run your ads and your landing page, the information you're telling them, they understand it. At the end of the day, you are getting wrong leads. You need to check what you're asking for. You get. So take for example now, I ran ads and I'm running ads for solar, and I'm getting people who are interested but I'm not buying, right? So now I have to ask myself, is it my price point? And in fact, you can call them. So for example, the first 10 that came, they are not interested. They're like, oh, I'm not interested, I'm not interested, or the leads are not converting like that. The next other 10, you can ask them in on the call, okay, what is it, the price points that is an issue? If you don't ask, you won't know. You can ask your target audience, oh, is my price point okay for you? Or what's your budget? That's why we ask the budget question. What's your budget? To fix a solar is 20 and 2M. What's your budget? If you don't have a budget or you don't know your budget, probably is a that's a red flag. So now you now know that okay, these people is money problem, they can't afford it. So now you now say, okay, I need to target people in places that can afford it. So take for example now, you now change location, like, oh, people in Ikeja would afford my solar more. Or it may not even be the location, maybe the type of people. For example, a business owner has or need money to spend. Is more of a problem for a business owner than an household. Households may not need that problem because they may not really need it. Your target audience could even be for example, now for solar, it could be in content creators because they need constant light. Are you targeting those guys? So now a lot of that's why you have to have different, we call them avatars. You test. If you don't test, you would not know, right? So and you find you make sure um your flow is so simple that it does not confuse you. Don't worry, when I get to the last page, I'm going to talk about the whole flow of a thing. So test the different ads campaign. Test. Test your ad sets. Keep testing. Test your several version of your landing page. Landing page one, landing page two, landing page three. Test. So when I am saying a landing page, for landing page, let's say for a product, let me show you. Most of you may have come to my landing page, and most of you may not have come through to my landing page, right? So as that is opening, let me open Jumia as well on this side. So this is a landing page. There are many kinds of landing page, right? They have many kind of design and some other things. Most persons, I think Neil Patel's landing page. Let me see if I can. Okay, so this is Neil Patel's landing page. Each landing page may be different. So take for example, if I click on Jumia and click on shop, right? Let me just go to this TV. This could be a land. Imagine I ran ads as a clothes business and I ran it to Jumia homepage here. You'll be confusing your customers, right? So if you run the ads to this landing page, they will understand. For example, now if you run the ads to, let me get Neil Patel's landing page. It's from my email. Okay, I think. Let me see if my search. I hope you guys are not seeing my search history. Okay, Neil Patel. I don't have a bad search history, so yeah, she don't panic. Yes. So now this is a landing page for Neil Patel. As you can see, the landing page has some information. You could see how it looks like. It has this is he reused this route, and like this is one of the biggest digital marketer out there. If you want to like at the top of marketing, this guy. So how to adapt your entire AI market. You could see the landing page. This is trust, or this is the people that will be the instructor. You see, it's slightly different from mine because mine I'll just straight up to the point. You get. Then this is more like more talking about the webinar and the rest and collecting information. Very very simple, like very very simple. So your landing page doesn't need to be, and you can test. If I tell you that this guy has several landing pages for a particular topic, you won't believe. You may not have money to test so many things. You can test two landing pages. You can even test one. One week you run one, the second week you run another one and see the result. Yes, because not all fingers are not equal when we want to run ads. I understand that very well. So now test, just keep testing because if you don't test, you won't know. And you need to know where in your funnel has an issue. And if your funnel process, funnel meaning from your client acquisition to fulfillment, if you don't understand how to get your clients, you don't have a system, it's going to be a problem. So you now come down to the next thing, follow up. So now let's say by God's grace, you had a lead, right? And the lead was successful. Now this is where most person blow it up. Fulfillment. So now follow up. Okay, no, this is not this is follow up. So now you've gotten the leads, right? And the person, let's use clothing for the for example. Now there's what we call abandoned carts. There's some persons that will come to your cart and they will not buy anything, they'll just add to cart and leave. And sometimes you see an email like, hey, you forgot to purchase this product, right? Complete this and have a coupon. A lot of business do this. This is follow up for the e-commerce world. You can do retargeting. Retargeting mean there was a guy literally, I saw his ads. One day I saw his ads. I just checked his landing page and everything. I left. After a week, I saw an ads telling me, I know you came to my page. Please kindly finish up what you started. Meaning he purposely retargeted me. So you can use retargeting as just retargeting is a strategy. So what does retargeting mean? Retargeting mean is, take for example now, 10 people came to your landing page of your clothes, right? Five bought, five did not buy for some certain reasons. So now you can run another ads of, say I'm selling a baby clothes. Maybe that video I used, they saw it. I can retarget them. I know because there's a data, there's what we call Facebook pixel. If you come to my website, there's this Facebook pixels. I know who. Data is powerful. I know who came to my site, who did not come to my site, what they click, what they did not click on. Even if, yes, everybody's monitoring everybody. So as a business, you have to monitor people. So now I know what they did, what they did not do, and I'm going to retarget those certain persons that came to my landing page but they did not buy. Facebook has a way of doing that. There's what we call retargeting. You can do a retargeting ads. It's very possible. So you now run, let's say, a baby clothes. Maybe you do a more emotional video and use to retarget those guys, and probably they may buy. So retargeting is another strategy to follow up, especially when you are running products. Then re-engagement campaign. So those are those persons that maybe they didn't even add to cart or anything. They just saw your page. You can do re-engagement campaigns, almost like retargeting or more like re-engagement. So let's say for service-based business, you create a nurture sequence. So now follow up. Take for example now, you are into, so let me use solar, right? You sell solar, you've run ads and people have checked your page. You know you are seeing likes and everything. Even before you start running ads, post content like, oh, how to fix the solar, 5 reasons why using the solar panel is good, and so many other things. You get, immediately that person lands on your page, the person sees your videos and the person keeps seeing your videos. A lot of business that will buy, a lot of persons that will buy may not see pin in your channel till the day they will purchase from you, right? So you keep showing up. See, social media have made many of us lazy because of we think that we are not going to office Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Friday. We become lazy. If you look at it from that angle and like, Monday I'm supposed to be at work, oh, Tuesday is supposed to be at work. You learn how to push out content. It's not easy, trust me. It's easier said than done. It's easy to just enter your car and go to your office, right? But it's not easy to think of content. So, but if you put it in that light, like, oh, I have to be present in my office every day, right? you would always want to show up for your business. Literally, imagine a customer comes to your store, passes by every day, and that store is locked. That store is locked. There was a time where I was working for someone, and sometimes I get ashamed because the person store usually get locked, or will come and maybe something. Because if the customer comes and find you locked, the person will go to the next available customer. So always be open. If it's literally you have a signboard or you don't post anything that we are open on your social media, please be posting it every day. It's much better than not posting anything at all, because people need to know that when they remember that, oh, I need a solar panel, Precious is there, Ghostbusters is there, Faith is there to sell me the solar panels. You get me? So you have to be top of your mind for your potential customers. So same thing with re-engagement, same thing with like I said, post consultation follow up. So with leads, you can like, oh, book a call, right? And if the person did not book a call, you can follow up. With leads, it's a crazy thing. I think I would separately do a class on leads generation, because leads, it's a headache on its own. You get, so retargeting and the rest. So now footnotes, automate where possible. You can automate your process from your ads, people going to your landing page, going to your email, and finally you talking with them, right? You can automate all this, even these add to cart emails, you can automate everything. But meaning you can automate doesn't mean you would not always go to check your funnel to know if it's working. You get, but personalize where it counts. Take for example, now you've gotten your leads, the persons have come to your landing page, and when they come to your landing page, you've got on the call with them. You get, that call is the personalization. As much as possible for leads ads, personalize it. Some persons, for if you're selling products, right, you can personalize it in a way that if there is a name, if the person has added his name, or somehow Nigeria, or so the location or something, you can personalize that. Hi, welcome Nigeria, or you get whatever you want to do, personalize it. There are ways you can personalize your store and provide value at every touch. People need value. Why people Some people, they don't need much value, they can just buy from you directly, especially when they've seen that you've done it for someone. If for example, now if you are in the solar business, right? I'm using solar because Precious is in solar and she's in clothing, and you've done clients and we've done video for someone, right? If you do a video of how I did solar for Mr. This and run ad for that video, I can bet if you don't have leads or sales from that video, you can come. Don't literally come after me, but seriously, you can come after me, because I know it works, but I don't know if it's laziness, or I don't know where the problem is. Maybe if I talk to each and every one of you one after the other, because there are lots of problem I saw here. Maybe one-on-one call. When I get on one-on-one, I'll get to understand where each and every one of your problem is coming from, because everybody's problem is very different. Okay, so we are here. So track responses, know what's working, test timely, and messaging regularly. See, track. Business is the business of tracking. Where your customers is coming from, where they are. If you're using a website, they are tracking tools. If you are using a third-party website, say you are selling on Bumper, all those guys have tracking tools. Know why your customers is not coming. Leverage everything. Be obsessed with why your customers are not converting. Yes, I know that is why you are on this call, right? At each and every level, there is a problem. Maybe your ad is not working, and if your ad is not working, if you fix that, is your landing page good? If you fix your landing page, is your follow-up bad? Because that's another problem on its own. You're following up on your clients. If you're not following them correctly, that is a different problem on its own. If your fulfillment is bad, meaning you are done with the job and people are not recommending you good, that is another problem on its own. So at every point, know that you are doing justice. See, in Nigeria, one of our big problem is providing quality service. If your business provides quality service, you solve almost 80% of Nigerians' problem. Trust and quality. Seriously, no jokes. So now, bad fulfillment. I'm talking about fulfillment, right? This is how you offer good fulfillment as, let's say, clothing business or product business. Offer quality products. Your products should not have issues. Even if it has issues, try to find a way to make sure that issues doesn't repeat itself. Packaging. I can't even overstate, even down to services. Packaging is key. Timely shipping. You say your shipping is in 2 weeks, let it be 2 weeks. Even if it's, why do people think people rely on Jumia so much? It's because of everything is timely about them. Even if it goes past a day, it's not far. You get, and people are saying, oh, my goods is here, my goods is here. They're tracking it properly. Clear return policy. This one is a problem on its own. Most people don't have clear. If you go to my website, you see my return policy. Most people don't check, but at the end of the day, I'll share it to you. You get, or sometimes when we go on the call, I'll tell you this is my return policy. It may feel like it's bad, right? Sometimes putting a return policy still feels a safe way. Like, okay, this product is non refundable. Why? Because it's, for example, now you are selling clothes, and the clothes is something to has to do with stains. You're selling a white garment. Once this person wear it, there's a possibility of stain, right? There's no two ways about it. But the only time we refund it, if it is there's a manual fault, the zip and all that is, you explain your refund policy. You get, people will just put, I don't refund. It's sometimes just put there, check our refund policy. You get me? So it just gives that um client satisfaction. Little thing can make people run away from your business. No refund policy should not be no refund policy. You can say check our refund policy in our link or in our website. When they go there, they see that these people are not running away from return, but they are telling you why we would not return this product. I don't know if you get it. So we have post purchase follow up. So when someone buy from you, sometimes I do it once in a year, where all the people that have purchased from me, I tell them, okay, thanks. Sometimes I literally give out gifts, but I'm also failing on this. I'm doing more. I want to do more about this. Your customers, they would refer you because you are treating them good, right? Give them gifts, give them something. Even if you are thinking, oh, you're going to take it out of your business, when a client pays you, you can take out that money from what he or she pays you and save it for the gift you might give them in the year. It is a scope, it's still part of their money. You get, but for them it feels like you care. Birthdays are very important. I know most clients has called me to that. I don't wish them happy birthday. So review requests, you can now request a review from them. Most of the times they may turn up, most of the times they won't turn up, but ask. Most of us are shy. I was shy in the beginning. I think I'm still shy. Loyalty program, yes. Referral, when they refer, so it's not going to be for free. You can tell them they get 50%. Most clients will say no, they don't. They will do it for you for free. Then for service based, smooth onboarding, meaning for services, from when the person saw your ads to you going on the call with the person, you talking to the person, the onboarding should be smooth, sweet, so that when the person is like, referring, I got the call with this person, and their onboarding process, onboarding meaning how you bring the customer on board, right? Most of you, your onboarding is very bad. Go and fix it. Then project timeline clarity. Service businesses, you guys are your problem. If you are a service business, you would say timeline is 10 days, and be in the next 20 days the thing is not ready. Would that person come back? That person would pursue other customers away from you. You get, offer the best experience. See, even if that person is paying 10 naira, treat that person like a king. It's a business. You are in business. You are in the business of serving people. So don't be shy. Even if you are the boss of yourself, they are your customers. You get. I know, yes, the customers are not always right and customers can misbehave, but let the experience, let them. If you see a premium, if you go to a premium bar, the experience of premium hotel or whatnot, if the experience they will carry you through, can you adopt that in your business? Even if you don't have money, the calls, the follow up, everything has to be premium to feel comfortable. It's I can't say much, right? Welcome package, if you have the money. Premium, like let's say these guys in real estate, they do it a lot. Premium packages, referral program. I've already said it here. Birthday holidays, reminders, annual check-ins. This year, this end of December, someone that I bought from you in January, just gonna wish him happy Christmas or something. Probably he may remember you and refer a client to you. You never can tell. So now, footnotes. Let's read this. Under promise, over deliver. That is the thing. On your timeline, quality communicates proactively. Most businesses they fail on communication. So most business fail on communication. And before I continue, does anyone have a question? Let me just take few seconds. And I don't know if I answered your question, Ghostbusters. I don't know if you're still on the call. Let me know. I'm open for questions before I go into because we are getting to the last segment. Okay, so Ghostbusters, you answered my question. Thanks. I'm glad I did. Um, then Faith, what would you say are the best posts for leads, pictures and videos? So the best post for leads generation is this is it. Let's use Instagram for example. Reels go beyond or go far more than any other form of post, right? So you can use reels to attract traffic, use reels to go far, make sure that reels is very captivating, it go out there, bring people in, right? Then the carousels, or let's say use carousels. Carousels are good for your existing customers, right? So you can write a post and have a carousels that talk about a particular experience and you end it. You get me? So now both are good, but one does a better job going out there looking for clients, and one does a better job servicing your already existing customers that are following you. You get so that is how best I can explain that. So, but when different channels have different purposes. So, take for example now, if you go to TikTok, TikTok is kind of slightly different, right? If you go on TikTok, TikTok has high possibility of pushing your whether reels, whether reels or carousel, sorry, whether video or carousel, it does the job. So the thing is, at the end of the day, you have to put a call to action. Some videos may have call to action, while some videos don't have call to action. Take for example, I'm talking about solar, like 5 ways to get a solar panel, right? And at the end of the day, I'm like, if you need a solar panel, come to me because that video is going to go far, right? And they would see the call to action at the end, or they'll see it in the comment section. So you have to separate your videos into videos that are targeted for lead generation. Because what's a video that has lead generation would be slightly different from a video that is going viral. You get me? For product business, it's slightly different because business, I think almost all the videos you might be doing is attracting. You get me? For service based, it is slightly different because you need to sell. You need to know when you are selling and when you are educating and when you are attracting. I hope that answers your question. Then as for YouTube, YouTube is already by default a lead magnet because people are by default searching. So on YouTube, if you are using YouTube as your content, not YouTube what do they call it, Shorts, because Shorts has its own issues, right? But YouTube the video itself. So when you talk about the topic, the caption, the link on your YouTube is taking them to the landing page and everything, because YouTube is there to solve a problem. So that's one can help you. So I hope I answered your question. Then as for Ghostbusters, you said between interest targeting and broad, what do you recommend? So with broad targeting, depending on what you are, depending on your goal, right? So now, if you don't have money, I have to use this word. If you have a limited budget and you don't have power to do broad targeting, use your social content as a broad targeting. What do I mean by this? You upload on your social media and try to see which video performs well. Or even if the video does not perform well, you can post something to say, okay, does this video have traction or something, right? And if that video has traction, use that video and use it to run ads, because you know that that video reach a good number of persons. But let's say you don't have that time, you just want to run ads straight up. If you have much budget, you can do broad targeting. But if you are doing your broad targeting, you have to make sure your landing page is not broad. Say for example now, you you did not put clothes, like say you want to run, let's use clothing business, right? You didn't put clothes, you didn't put interest, you just put, you know, your age, you know that the age you want to sell these clothes is between so so and so. You didn't put targeting, you just say Instagram, and you ran a lead ads, meaning anybody that purchase, Facebook will record this, right? So now, in as much as you made your this thing broad, your Facebook pixel, immediately one person successfully buy, Facebook will now fine tune to start looking for that person that bought your product. I don't know if you get it. So, so if you do the targeting for Facebook and like, oh, I know who I'm targeting NGOs, I'm targeting this, I push the ads, and Facebook finds these persons and they successfully purchase, and it's record on the system that, oh, this person successfully purchased. That is why it's good to use um what is it called, pixels, to capture the exact leads. So immediately one lead enter, Facebook will start looking for similar people like that. You get me? So now, whether broad or targeted, the result is what matters at the end of the day. Let me give you an example. I ran these ads that I ran for this particular campaign. The first 1 week, I didn't get any leads. I was wondering, I was like, "Ah, this thing is not, I'm not telling people to pay for it or something. What is the problem?" And I went to check my leads and I forgot that I did not add my button as a lead capture. Meaning, if someone successfully book me, it will record like this person has joined the funnel. You get? So I did not add that button. Immediately I added that button, I started getting leads. And my targeting was not, it was not even okay, so that you would see that I'm not even joking. I'm going to show you what I'm saying. Okay, so you understand from a practical point of view. So if, let me cancel this. I think you're seeing my screen. Close. So now let me switch to my okay, to my own here. Let me switch so you see what I'm saying. Then, so what I was saying, that this button here, this button was not registered, because I usually use, most of my button is just book a call, book a call, book a call. So I forgot to change this button, because I changed this button to reserve my spot. So Facebook did not understand what kind of leads this is. So now if you check here, You could see that I had 8 leads and I've been running this ad for like how many weeks and I had 8 leads. You get until I now change it. That is when it now started registering as okay, this person, this is who I'm seeing and the rest. So now, irrespective to answer your question, irrespective of narrow base targeting, over narrowing, if you don't give Facebook a result of what you want, say I need leads, right? That is why I prefer a lead generation campaign or a purchase generation campaign, especially when you don't have money, to an engagement campaign, because Facebook will give you what you want. If you want followers, Facebook will give you followers. If you want people to view your page, Facebook will give people to view your page, but they may end up not buying from you. So Facebook gives you exactly what you want. So now, if you check here, you can see my leads. Let me close this here. So as you can see, this is one day ago, and if you check this here, that was I think we are, you know, yes. So this is when I had 1 leads, and this is where 13 leads come in. So and I've been running the ads since on the third. So you can see that I didn't have any leads until this particular time, meaning I had issues. And sometimes you may ask, okay, how do I even add those things? If you've set up your ads, I don't know, maybe probably I'll add do a class for this later on, right? So if you come here, okay, no, not test settings under your leads this thing. So if you are optimizing for purchases, where the person for purchase, you have to mark it on when the person buys the product, right? Me, I'm more of leads, so meaning once someone fills my form. So this is it's I'm coming few seconds coming down to it. Okay, so this is it here. So let me copy this my link again, and I would impute it here, and I put add. So now it goes to my website to check if that particular button has been added to Facebook. So it's going to be doing its thing. It may take a while. So you allow it to load. Then, as you can see, there are events. We call these events. So I could see here, anybody, I told Facebook that anybody that click on this button and successfully go to another page is qualified as a lead. So if I was doing purchases, if anybody click on this button and pay and get to this other page, is qualified as purchase. So Facebook can recognize purchases. And imagine Facebook is giving you exactly this. Sometimes running ads is not jazz. It's simple. It's just that most of us just we over. I think most of the times either we don't know what we are doing or we overthink it, or I would just say we overplan. You get sometimes, or we don't know who exactly we are looking for, or we have so many options we don't know which one to choose. There's a word I say: once you find a golden goose, pursue it. If someone, say for example, now this person buy from you, go and look for 20 of those persons, because there's a reason why that person buy from you. So if you see that 20 of those persons are not buying from you, you can switch. So now, to round this up, in summary, this is one of the, let me turn this off my face. So this is one of the lead magnet or generation flow I usually use. So take for example, as you can see, I first of all understand my customer. I know who exactly is buying from me. That's why if you come to me and say you want me to run your ads, I'll tell you the first month. If you tell me, oh, how many clients can I give in a month, I'll tell you I don't know, because I literally don't know. If you don't know, I don't know. I'm coming to your business new. So it's only people that want to deceive you that would say, oh, I can get you 20 leads when they've not even known what your business is. You get. And faith, yes, thank you. Um, so first, understanding your customer. I would first of all understand your customer, right? Then capture your leads or get traffic. If it's to your store, push people to your store or push people to your lead generation funnel, right? Then nurture the leads. So people that enter your leads, you can, send them email, you can follow them with call bookings, you can retarget them, whatever form of nurturing you want to do, you can nurture them. When they convert, you convert the leads, save the information, and you can even, if you have, one thing again people used to fail to do, if you have 20 businesses that have successfully paid you, you have those data, you have their phone number, their email, and everything. You can put this on Facebook. That's what we call look alike, and tell Facebook, I need exactly these guys, right? Give me these guys, and Facebook will do justice to that. It's not magic. It's a thing because they have data on everyone. It's not a hidden thing again. Then you have retained customers. Most of us don't have retainership. I think, especially service-based business, even for me, it's a problem. We are still fighting it because Nigerians are not good with paying monthly subscriptions. You get, so, but retainer meaning you can retain them on other services. For example, now you can, if as a solar person, as Precious is a solar person, she fixes the solar, she can retain them on a monthly maintenance, maybe 100K, to come and check if the batteries are okay, filling of your water, all those kind of many things, check if the inverter health is okay. For inverter persons, they may pay because I've had issues. I may pay for it. You get, I don't want to touch it, mate. It will not shock me. That kind of thing, right? So, how or what would your lead of sales funnel look like? It could look like something like this, right? How do you acquire your customers? You can acquire your customers through Instagram ads, or through referrals, or through YouTube, wherever you get them from. Then take them to a landing page. There's some people that don't need landing pages, people that just need call, especially the referrals. Once you get them on a call straight up. So this is for service base. For what do we call it, products or clothes, you take them to your landing page, you run your ads, take them to your landing page, and when you get them to your landing page, they see the product that you want to buy. Selling clothes is straight. Selling products, I love selling products because it's straight up. It's simple. So far you see the people that like your products, see people that want it. It's one thing. It's not like services that sometimes you have to, product is straightforward. So you book a call. This is for consultation or service-based business. You do follow up. Then this follow up, you can physically follow up, or you can use content to follow up. So I'll send this file. Then at the end of the day, you close. And when you close, don't forget to always still remember them. Chat with them and everything. So, well, if I don't know if I've done justice to this call, I would like to know what you've things I may have to improve on, right? You can put them in the comments if there's anything you would like me to improve on, because I would be doing more of this by God's grace. So, and if you have this issue and you want me to also help you, you can book a one-on-one call, because I feel everybody that had chatted with me had different problems, right? They had sales issues. They almost have similar problems, but I know everybody have different place at which they had their problem. Some people may have their problem from their ads, or they are running bad ads. Some people may have their problem from not even having a website or selling on social media. Like I'll tell you, even if it's bumper, go and register, go and sell on websites. It will save you. It will save you having. If you don't know how to use it, use 1 month to learn how to use their platform. Then, if you're selling services, look for a platform that can easily give you a template or something you don't spend much on. Because I know you don't have money. But if you have the money, fine, build a big website, right? Then, if you don't know how to close your clients, that's a problem on its own. Know how to work on closing your clients. And lastly, fulfill that product. So now you may be asking now, okay, did we really touch how to sell more product this December? So I figured out that selling more, right? If you're already selling, all you just have to do is repeat what you are doing. Look for more persons, increase. If you are having issues with scaling, you are not getting past a particular um, number of persons buying your product, what you can do is it that, okay, I'm selling on social media, I can I sell on a website to open more this thing. So you get that that is a different thing. But if you're not selling at all, you're not selling in this December and or not even December, January, you're not even selling at all. One of these problems or one of these issues is your problem, right? And we can fix it if you want me to fix it. But if you can fix it yourself, do it yourself. You can go back to your funnel, like the way I draw up a funnel. Draw a funnel. Know how you acquire. If you don't know, if you don't put things in paper, it's a business. You would not even know where your problem is coming from in the first place, right? Drop your funnel. Simple, nothing complex. You get me? So let me even drop. I think there was one I saw. Let me see if I can quickly get it from my screenshots. Just even from a video that I saw earlier a few days ago. Yeah, this is it. This is another sales funnel, right? From a particular guy. Same registration, confirmation, email, booking, application. Same thing. It's a simple thing. So when I mean a simple thing, it is a thing of have a processes. When something does not work, put it into it into action and say, okay, this is where my problem is coming from. If you don't have the funds, your clients can pay for almost everything. Once the client pays, you run ads for the next month. You get. So yes, finance, people learning how to manage their business and their finances is another thing that we'll have to talk about, because so people's problem, I think that is what it is. They don't manage their finance properly. So that is why they cannot run ads. They feel like ads is a bad thing. But to me, I'll tell you, even if you're running it yourself, ads is not a bad thing, because if you were a physical store and no one is passing through your door, you would know that your business is bad. It's because it's online. We feel like everybody is online. We feel like people will see the business one way or the other. It's not. It does not work that way. It's like you putting. How do I even put it? It's like a physical store, right? You put your store offline and people are not passing through it. You have to call that. Even when people pass through it, it's still not guarantee you they will pay attention. That's why you see people put a mascot in front of their store, flipping boards or something, put a banner or put something to attract you. People have problems and you need to get their attention as fast as possible. So let me know. Is there anything I can improve? Is there any question that you have? Um, Let me know before I call today a day. Okay, from what I'm seeing, it seems there is no question. So, even if the video is down, if questions from my hand, thank you for the class. You welcome Faith. So, in absence of no question, and also if you okay, thank you very much. I appreciate. So, in absence, I'll put a link to where you can have access to. If you're in a group, if you're in my I don't know if you're in my group, but whatnot, I would put a link to. If you're in our community, you can get access to it. Once this video is done, I'll send a link to it. So if you are not in any of that, I'll still push the link on our YouTube channel. And also, you can leave a comment on what kind of video you would like. I think let me even ask that question. What kind of video would you like to see next time? Let me ask that. What would you like to see next time? Okay, waiting. I know you probably might be typing. Think YouTube doesn't have a way of showing typing videos on how to run ads and budgets. Okay, so I'm gonna do it on live. I'm gonna try to do a live one, right? And also Facebook posting and leads. Okay, cool, 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 cool. So I think I am going to work on that. I'm going to work on that. Okay, thanks, Faith, for the feedback. And this was, I appreciate every one of you that is also on the call that's also aside from chatting. I would see you, I won't say same time, but definitely this coming week we would have more classes. And by, okay, okay, how to scale up winning ads. Hmm, that is a good one there. How to scale up winning ads. That's a scale up winning ads. Okay, guys, thanks for coming in and see you on our next video. Bye for now.